IVAs work for many people when it comes to escaping debt traps, but that doesn't mean they don't have some serious traps of their own. So let's dive straight into it, where we look at 3 IVA traps that you need to watch out for. Hey guys, it's Scott here from MoneyNerd, and today I'm diving into the 3 major traps when it comes to IVAs. Plus, at the end of this video, I'll be revealing the answer to a really common question that I keep getting asked in the comments. So let's get started. Okay, so trap number 1 is signing up for an IVA without a dependable income stream. You'll be amazed at the amount of people that sign up or try and sign up for an IVA without a fixed income or a steady job. An IVA is a big commitment. You're looking at a solution that directly affects how you spend money for the next 5 or 6 years. You'll lose control over a lot of your income, and you'll have to pay the people that you owe every single month. IVAs are also expensive. The cost will depend on the size of your debt and how much you have to repay. On average, an IVA costs between £4,000 and £5,000, and this is partly due to the fees being charged by your insolvency practitioner. Your insolvency practitioner isn't helping you out of the goodness of their own heart. They've got to earn a living as well, and they charge a fee to arrange an IVA on your behalf. You need to be certain that your income isn't likely to drop or change too much over the next 5 or 6 years. The last thing you want is a legally binding contract to pay your creditors a certain amount every month, then not be able to afford it if your situation changes. By the way, if you're finding this content useful, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm uploading new videos every week with a special focus on getting people out of debt. Jumping back to IVAs, another major IVA trap people fall into is not being prepared to make the sacrifices. Firstly, it's true that an IVA protects your home from being repossessed, but you will likely have to remortgage to pay off an initial lump sum of your debt. This obviously affects your mortgage and stretches out how long it will take to pay back your mortgage. But that's not the only sacrifice. And not everyone realises that once you're approved for an IVA, you have to give up a ton of different luxuries and even things that you might consider to be more essential. For example, you could be forced to sell your car or give up internet access if you can't prove that you need those things for work. Your insolvency practitioner will look at your finances and work out what you can and can't afford to live on whilst you repay your debt. You'll be expected to squeeze your living costs considerably, plus it's not like you can simply give up and leave the IVA if it becomes too hard. An IVA is legally enforceable, and you'll be expected to honour all of the changes you sign up for when you agree to it. There's no shame in not being able to stick to a budget this tight. It can be mentally exhausting to try and keep such a strict budget. It's best to be honest with yourself about whether you can truly handle it from the start, rather than signing up and suffering later down the line. And the third trap that you need to be aware of is how it affects your personal savings and your pension. We've already talked about some of the luxuries you'll have to give up in order to move money into your IVA. That includes potentially even your car. But you might also have to pay what's known as a windfall sum. For example, if you inherit some money, you can usually keep the first £500, but you have to pay the rest into an IVA. The same goes for pensions. If you're getting payments from your personal pension plan, this money counts as income, and you might have to use it to pay creditors. That means your hard-earned cash will be going directly into the pockets of the people you owe. If you're 55 or turn 55 while your IVA is in place and you want to withdraw a one-off payment from your pension, this is bad news. It could also count as a windfall, and I've seen it catch so many people out, so make sure you keep this in mind if you decide to go for an IVA. IVAs do help thousands of people get out of debt every year. There's plenty of positives, but it requires commitment and sacrifice in the long run, and they aren't always right for everybody. By the way, remember I mentioned the most single common question I get asked in the comments? Well, it's always about how an IVA affects their credit score. To give you the best possible answer, I've taken a deep dive into this question. So if you want to know exactly how an IVA affects your credit score, then click here. It should be showing here. If it's not, I'll link it in the description. Otherwise, you can check out some more videos. Thanks for watching, and if you found it useful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I'm creating videos every week that helps people get out of debt, and I'll see you in the next one.